Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. Alright, so I got Wrath Economy here posting this. Most altcoin gems are hard to buy, traded only on Uniswap or some other DEX or decentralized exchange most people can't/won't access. It's all momentum trading. Artificial scarcity riding on hype. People gamble on the pump of discovery and dump once it's established. Utility has yet to pay. Now, first and foremost, what's so bad about that? The hype, the momentum, the FOMO, guys, this is, fortunately for us, but unfortunately for other people, where we're going to get our exit liquidity. You got to remember, right, when we're trading and we're making big gains, someone else is buying on the other side. And, it's one of those things where if you're in the trading game, you kind of have to understand this. This is a zero-sum game. Not everybody's going to be a winner, but I'm hoping that the people who watch the channel and the people who are particularly subscribed to my Patreon, who are following me and following my trading journey, will be understanding that you buy at a certain time and you sell at a certain time, no matter what is happening in the space, right? We're going to experience a lot of FOMO. We're going to experience the euphoria phase. People are going to come out of the woodwork, especially if they know that you're already invested in cryptocurrency. And, last bull run, I had people asking me in and around, here. Oh, should I get into crypto here? Should I? What crypto should I get in? You got to remember, at this point in time, it was already too late. I didn't want to give them any advice. But they kept asking me, and they're, well, what cryptos are you in? I go, well, I'm in these cryptos, but I wouldn't be buying at this point. Whether they listen to me or not was a different story. So I get Wrath of Kahneman's point here, and to the point when we talk about utility, and he says utility has yet to pay. We haven't seen that utility pump yet, and utility is going to be something very, very different than this bull run. But guys, that's not to say that we won't be making money in this bull run. We have to be ready with our positions secured. Now, Moon down here says being positioned for the utility run while throwing some cash at momentum isn't so bad. And that is exactly the position I'm taking here. Wrath of Kahneman saying from a purely trading standpoint, sure, if you can swing it. Can you guys swing it? I guess that's the question, right? We got Bitcoin up here and we've seen it dip a little bit, but not too much movement actually for the King Crypto. We're actually seeing it kind of hover in and around where it has been for the last several days now. Bitcoin, actually, it's up a little bit, trading at $37,100 per coin. Throw that on the hourly. You guys can see over yesterday, we did see a bit of a Bitcoin pump, and now we're just kind of hovering in here. Have not gotten close to that $38,000 level. Nevertheless, Bitcoin is still moving. The fundamentals looking pretty good. And we got XRP here, just kind of trading sideways, dreadfully sideways, I might say. Look at that. On the 1 hour, just kind of not really seeing any kind of meaningful push for XRP. But guys, all par for the course. We will get our pump when the market is ready. Now, T Analyst here on Twitter posting this. Bitcoin's bull run begins. So here's a chart demonstrating the bull cycles in the past, showing us that there was about 800 days from this point in time till the top of the market, roughly, give or take. I mean, we're not going to hold them to the 800-day measurement, but you guys can see here, right? After this 800 days, then the peak of the bull market right here is what we're seeing, and what he's estimating is that we'll get close or maybe even surpass $300,000 per Bitcoin. I'm not giving a price prediction, though. I don't think Bitcoin's going to go that high personally. So 800 days, guys. We've been waiting for a very, very long time, I guess, depending on when you guys jumped into the crypto market. We got the market cap up to 1.42 trillion, so it is moving steadily. 24-hour volume is up 13.08%, and Bitcoin dominance still holding on at 51%. So altcoins continue to move in tandem with Bitcoin. I'm still wondering, too, if we are going to see if altcoin season is a thing of the past, and if, these altcoins now are just going to take on a life of their own, moving in tandem with Bitcoin. And because more and more altcoins are becoming more popular these days. It used to be that Bitcoin was the name brand, and all the other altcoins were just kind of these random coins just kind of sitting in the ether, and people would just throw money at them willy-nilly. But now I feel like because a lot of these cryptocurrencies now have their own story and their own narrative and their own projects and are being built on blockchains, real-world utility for some of them, I have a feeling that, maybe alt season is a thing of the past, and we're going to start to see these coins move in tandem more closely to Bitcoin during this spec bull run. So kind of taking the original spec out of the altcoin story And now the altcoins moving in tandem with Bitcoin. It's one theory that I have. Of course, it's going to be something that I'm going to be talking about on my Patreon as the months go on and as the bull run gets hotter. So we've got, in the last 24 hours, Bitcoin's up a little bit. We got Ethereum up, smidge too, BNB coins up. XRP is up pretty much green for the entire crypto space as of now. We've got Ali_charts here pointing this out. If we mirror Bitcoin's past bull runs, okay, so 2015 to 2018 and then 2018 to 2022, from their market perspective bottoms, projections suggest that the next market peak could land around October 2025. So that sounds to me like a prediction, a timeline prediction. That means Bitcoin still has 700 days of bullish momentum ahead. So here we have 800 days as per this prediction here. Ali is saying 700 days. So October 2025, I mean, yeah, I could see that. I could totally see that. I mean, let's just take a look at the chart, give ourselves maybe our own prediction here. Total market cap. Going to bring up the total here and whoops, let's clear some of that off there. Now, taking the top of the 2018 bull run and let's just kind of line that up there. As you guys can see, the bottoms lined up quite well. The retracement period, and now guys, look at where we are here. Let's see if I can get that fairly accurate because we're trying to gauge time here. So if I bring this, oh, it was pretty close. If I bring this there, and then we take a look at these retracements, you guys can see the swings very, very much in tandem. Now we're moving up here. I think we will still see a retracement. I don't think we're going to see what we saw here, which was that black swan event, the beer flu that took the market in free fall. I think we might retrace, though. I think, if we do see anything, it'll be something like this before we do see another move up. But in terms of timeline, okay, guys, we're still 2 years out. And if I were to put a range on it here, let's throw the timeline there. We're saying roughly 660 until the top, give or take. Give or take. That would bring us to about, doesn't give a date down here. What is 660 days from today? I'll just put that in there. From today, that would be September 2025. So looking at this, giving us an estimation, I would have thought it would have been, near quarter 3, quarter 4 of 2025 anyway. So wanted to thank Ali there and T-Analyst here just for posting your analytics. We've also got this guy's coming from CoinDesk. Bitcoin fundamentals have never looked better. Bitcoin is expected to emerge as a global macro-political asset with more than $3 trillion market cap, quadrupling by mid-2025. So quadrupling the current price of, what did we say, $37,000, quadrupling, 37,000 times 4. That's what I'm thinking, guys, around $150,000 per Bitcoin. Bernstein said the cryptocurrency's fundamentals have never looked better, noting that 70% of the outstanding supply hasn't been traded in the past year. Now, when I talk about Bitcoin, guys, this is, we got to extrapolate to the rest of the crypto space, and obviously some cryptocurrencies are going to do better than others. This is an all-time high in Bitcoin's history. These churn rates are extraordinary for a financial asset, particularly one known for its exponential moves, driven by a supply squeeze. Another potential positive catalyst is the Bitcoin halving, likely in April or May next year. So according to Bernstein, the halving is expected to reduce monthly selling pressure from miners to less than $500 million, from around $1 billion at today's prices of $37,000 per BTC. So looking at the fundamentals, guys, and even just bringing up the chart here, you guys can see nothing is really off base here. We're not really seeing anything that is an anomaly. We're on track for, late 2025 for the top of the bull run. But guys, we're going to start seeing gains in 2024 and beyond. So interesting news there. And I hope that, the altcoins, because we're getting so much more regulation and clarity, and because we're, starting to see more use cases for a lot of these cryptos, including XRP, and another one of my favorite ones, VeChain here, hopefully we will see some real world utility kick in because, the companies that are building on these blockchains, they'll realize, okay, the market is liquid. Maybe now's the time we pull the trigger, we flip the proverbial switch, so to speak. Well, we'll see, guys. Here's some news from the VeChain camp. Shanghai Hanlian and VeChain have joined forces in Double Carbon Joint Innovation Lab. As highlighted in my feed on X, Colin Brown gave this announcement of the Shanghai Hanlian joining forces with VeChain in a double carbon joint innovation lab, emphasizing the expanding role of blockchain technology in driving sustainable energy solutions. This collaboration is a significant step in aligning technological innovation with environmental objectives. So another one of these milestones here, we know that, the environment, the carbon, expulsion, the narrative thing, stuff, is something that they really want to focus on. And I mean, if blockchain can solve the problem, well, maybe these companies will see a lot of, demand for the utilization of their blockchain, therefore more demand for the crypto. So an exciting milestone in bolstering China's dual carbon strategy and promoting blockchain innovation in the energy sector, guys. The energy sector is certainly going to be an interesting sector over the next decade, I have a feeling. Because there are going to be so many different factors coming online because of the sustainable approach that a lot of these countries want to take. I have a feeling there's going to be more need for a lot of these cryptos, a lot of these projects, because we're switching, right? Everything is switching over, and a lot of these cryptocurrency projects are going to have to, lay their foothold, rise up, and, do what they do best. And so for supply chain management, VeChain, just, one of those great cryptocurrencies. Another one, too, that I have in the $10,000 plus portfolio for my patrons at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. Want to keep moving, guys. Michael Branch bringing this up. So apparently, Billy Bambro, a senior contributor at Forbes, has recently asserted that the U.S. monetary system is teetering. And guys, assets like XRP could be positioned to really benefit from this. So not so much in a real world utility capacity, but we got to remember, right, when there's turmoil, when there's uncertainty, if people start seeing that, okay, or if they start hearing on the news, look at what's happening to the US dollar, well, what are they going to do? They're going to start investing in alternative assets, gold, silver, precious metals, other things. But more importantly, I think for us, cryptocurrency, especially if the news starts giving attention to crypto when that happens. So just as a sidebar here, Bitcoin number one on the coin market cap. Obviously, it's the king crypto. It's got name recognition. That'll be the number one cryptocurrency that I think a lot of people will invest in. But then moving down the list, we got to remember when people have no idea what crypto to invest in, and they're just like, oh man, I got to do something with my money. I can't just let it sit in a bank account. And I'm talking about the regular Joe here. I'm not talking about the people who are on crypto Twitter, the people who watch YouTube videos. I'm talking about just somebody who has heard about it on the news and is like, oh, I better invest in crypto. What do they see when they type in, top cryptos? CoinMarketCap comes up. Bitcoin is number one, Ethereum, BNB, and XRP. I think they'll very, very quickly realize which are the top cryptocurrencies and which ones they will likely put their money in first. And since, again, I got to remind you guys, since we have those on and off ramps in the United States, more money will be onboarding into XRP on top of the other top cryptocurrencies. So what does Billy Bambro say? Specifically, the Forbes article highlighting the concerns over the US dollar's potential collapse have intensified with a shocking $33.7 trillion inflation warning from the US Federal Reserve. According to the report, this dire prediction makes a compelling bullish case for leading cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and XRP. So Bambro, he first pointed out that Bitcoin's recent surge above $37,000 significantly contributed to the broader crypto market's upward trajectory. However, he acknowledged growing concerns about potential threats to Bitcoin from the United States. In parallel, Bambro referenced a contrasting viewpoint articulated by legendary billionaire investor Ray Dalio. Dalio offered an alternative narrative. Okay, fine, fair enough. But the bullish case here, guys, for Bitcoin and XRP in particular, the founder of Reflexivity Research, Will Clement, he highlighted Dalio's perspective on the X platform. And per the Forbes report, the U.S. national debt did cross $33 trillion in September. So I will link this in the description. I'm kind of going over some of it here. What I wanted to get to was this, okay? So Billy Bambro said, okay, the Forbes senior contributor believes the projected U.S. debt death spiral could lead to a collapse of the US dollar and trigger a surge in the price of Bitcoin, XRP, and other cryptocurrencies. He particularly cited that the scenario could be akin to the gold rush. So think about it, guys. If we get more negative news, prices of things aren't going down, right? They're going up, and it's not because things have fundamentally gotten more expensive. There's many factors involved, but part of it is because our dollar is becoming worth less, and it's not just the US dollar, it's happening all around the world. So, you think about this, you compound it to other countries and other people's currencies going down. People think, okay, I got to put money into cryptos maybe to hedge my bets. They see the top 10 cryptocurrencies And these are, chances are, for the average Joe, these are the cryptocurrencies that they're going to be investing in. So I can see how he thinks this. Okay, Bitcoin XRP going to see the lion's share of this new money coming in. So I wanted to thank Michael for posting that. Now, you compound that with what's happening around the world. This was a recent panel discussion with an economist from the Monetary and Capital Markets Department at the IMF, the International Monetary Fund. And listen to what he says about the fintech company, okay, the technology that's going to be used in the not too distant future. Listen to this.
Third one, fintech has the potential to build up an ecosystem, a so-called platform, to link with different stakeholders, including traditional bank. So in this way, fintech can help reduce the cost, increase the speed, and expand the access. So we can see in some country, there is a new fintech using blockchain to send a remittance only in a couple of seconds. So this is a kind of way we see the potential for fintech to develop.
Fintech is developing in other countries where you can make transfers in seconds. Well, what company do you think he's talking about here, guys? Everything seems to be lining up quite well. And, at this time, at the beginning of a bull market, it is getting very, very exciting, I got to say. So I wanted to thank Flip the Chain for posting that. Black Swan Capitalist just dropped this too. Okay, Francis Hunt, another great interview with Francis Hunt. Central banks have intentionally engineered all the financial challenges to sideline the middle class in the upcoming crypto bull market. Now, I do suggest you watch their full video here, guys. I will link this in the description of this video. Here's what Francis Hunt has to say about this financial system. And I mean, we should know that they want to steal our wealth. Well, anyway, I'll let Francis explain.
You don't want anybody to make money if you're trying to hollow them out. So you first inflict immense economic hardship on them so that the necessary bull market that has to happen sees minimal participation by individuals. And the corporatocracy is the primary participants and the originators of the token. So the extreme worldly wealthy, the trillionaires of this world, are not going to allow themselves just to be broken down to 10 million because the debt markets are collapsing and they hold all the debt. They have seeded the new system and they are the big holders in the new system, and they're going to inflate that as they deflate that. So it'll be directly proportional, and they will be absolutely maintaining and expanding their wealth, and we're going to have a bigger hollowing out of the middle and serfdom as the result. And that's the problem most people facing this crypto bull market will have, is they won't have enough skin in the game. They haven't been making enough cash. They've had spiking interest rates crush them.
And therein lies the problem. You need to have enough skin in this game. And this is why I kept saying, guys, now's the time to accumulate. I know some of you guys were getting annoyed with me for that. But, I do still think we might have a little bit more time to accumulate. But, as he says, okay, you have to have enough skin in the game to really kind of make the difference. These crypto bull runs are not going to last in the capacity that we've known them. The good news, if you hold XRP, and I'm saying, hold other cryptocurrencies too, because you never know which one will be another 100x coin in this bull run. But, holding XRP, I think for the short term, medium term, and long term is going to be beneficial. As Francis Hunt says here, hollowing out the middle class, they want to control the demolition. They want to bring down the old system, and proportionately, they want to bring up the new system. This is the same guy, let's not forget, who said back about 6 months ago, I did this video about 6 months ago, May 2023, he said this, that he thinks XRP and XLM will go up immensely in price. Listen to this. He did an interview with Black Swan Capitalist here, and he discusses the firm's position on XRP and XLM. He says they're going to skyrocket in the near future. Listen to this.
These guys are had very high security clearance.
So yeah, go ahead.
Ripple, that doesn't mean you can't profit from it. Most things, almost everything you touch is somebody else's money that you're playing on their board game, essentially, and they write the rules.
Like you said earlier, in every crisis, you don't let it go to waste. There's tons of profit to make on this, especially when we're talking about the transition of the global value into a digital ledger. So there's going to be a lot of money to be made here. When we start talking about like XRP,
I think it's going to go up immensely. So, and should you take the profits? Yes, you should.
And go buy gold.
The profits on Lumen as well, XLM and XRP. We have two very big technical macro calls on. And I'd shock you if I gave you the numbers, and I would do a chart share on that. Maybe it's one for a later day, but people in our community know exactly where we stand. And
So there you guys have it. Francis Hunt, the same guy who has macro positions on XRP and XLM, is saying, you know, this is a controlled demolition. The market is going to go up. They're trying to hollow out people so that we don't invest in cryptocurrency. So guys, what do we have to do? We have to play them at their own game, or at the least, we have to exit the market when they're exiting, when we do see all-time highs. When is that going to be? Well, I'm going to let you guys know when I'm exiting the market at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. That is just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.